flagellation, typically an unwilling act of religious punishment. The special implements are used on the unclothed back of those who have sinned. Through the suffering of the flesh, sins can be purged. How much blood would you shed to regain purity?
I need.
Oh, I'll stop cursing.
Yeah.
Okay, so just one more D&D meme. Just give me a minute.
Just what? Just one more D and
Just
D
one.
meme.
I just need one more.
I needs it.
Oh, that's a repost. That's a repost. It's okay. He likes it. There's a
He
distinct
likes
lack
it.
of
He likes
SpongeBob. Come on, give me a SpongeBob meme. Come on.
it. So while he's perusing his needed meme, I was going back through and filtering. I was like, oh yeah, I remember we had this quote up. I think I'm gonna start us here because it felt right. Also, I keep threatening to read back through I Strahd again, which once we're done with this, you guys need to read because it's amazing. Viewers can read it because they know what's going on, but these guys,
I
if you
read
care about
a
if you care about
Strahd book
spoilers,
many years ago, but it was not I Strahd.
yeah, don't. If you care about spoilers, maybe don't
It
read
starred a different vampire.
I couldn't find the meme that I liked. I'm sorry.
it. But
Because
Reddit's letting me down, as
vampire
usual.
on vampire violence was very popular in those days.
mm, dark times, dark times. Yes,
Hell yeah.
much like a kneecapper, except with 60% less shotgun. Um, so last session was pretty much, hey, let's get ready and go figure out what's going on with the werewolves. You guys had been in Valaki after some shenanigans involving the Knights of Argynvost Holt, and generally not, maybe not feeling as smurfy about the whole situation as you might hope. Um, Esmeralda had given you guys a kind of another reading, another interpretation of the reading based on her own Taroka deck, and it's kind of, I don't know, maybe left you guys more questions than answers, maybe a few more answers you didn't want. I guess that kind of depends on how you interpret the reading. As as is usual, when you venture out into the world, you're like, hey, we should stop by Van Richten's tower, and so you did. Turns out that he had reactivated the whole robot dancing field, as we like to call it, and you went inside, and for whatever reason, Arena wasn't there. He mentioned, oh yeah, we got in a little tiff. She's outside. Um, Skirp looking for his protege found him, you know, kind of practicing, kind of just giving Van Richten a wide berth right now. Everything was kind of a little bit tense. Went out and talked with her, and she was just kind of in her usual, like, you guys keep doing the whole princess locked in a tower bit with me. Getting sick of it. Are we actually going to do anything about this or what? Um, the usual, tearing into Gideon because he's usually the nearest moving target. Kilt Kilt was kind of told that he was joining the party because it was, as I recall, it was time that he experienced adventure, and Skirp wanted him to. Yes, Gideon did give pretty good back on that conversation. Um, Skirp wanted him to, record the deeds of the party and start kind of going in his ways as a bard. So you guys went through various hilarious, I guess, in some cases, things where you introduced the poor child to what a corpse looked like on the side of a road, and this is what we do to them. And hey, do they always, stare at me and jump out and grab me and you know things that are terrifying to a small child that you guys are just like, don't worry about it. Uh, in summary, you guys are horrible parents. That brought us to the werewolf clearing, where you guys were had agreed previously, like, hey, we're gonna go do our thing, figure out what's going on, figure out where Zalika's mate was, and we'll meet you back here. You guys had maybe a rough idea, and decided that okay, it's time. We're going. Come in there. At which there was, as I recall, yet another body, and hilarity ensued with a hand, among other things. And then the werewolves showed up, except it was not. It wasn't Zalika. It was in fact her kind of sworn enemy at this rate, Carol, who she had warned you guys was basically in Strahd's pocket in trying to further the aims of the werewolves by doing so. Whereas Zalika and her mate had hoped to be free of Strahd and just kind of do their own thing, not get in a war with the humans in the valley, as it were. And that fight went. It went poorly for the werewolves. It was definitely a lot. As you know, Tally likes fireballs, so that tends to not be an issue when it comes to enemies grouping up. And that's pretty much where we left. It was right after that battle. Um, you know, Carol had alluded to the fact that he killed Zalika, and that her little rebellion was over. And with that, I turn it over to you, fine folks.
Uh,
Are these all the werewolves from that cave that we went and looked at that one?
yes.
I would say it's a
Not necessarily all the
yeah.
werewolves, but I think they're all from there.
There
Uh,
were a lot of werewolf and wolf adjacent creatures in this fight.
I think that the only rational course of action, they didn't. We don't know for sure that all the rest of the children are dead.
Well, we could ask
We could
Angela.
ask the rest of the werewolves in that cave.
I thought we asked Angela.
We did ask Angela, although
She
Chil-
looked sad at the ground.
She was
If I
very
remember.
upset.
well, Gideon's going to take a minute to go gather up whatever useful silvered bolts may have survived the battle, because those are incredibly short supply.
Okay.
I don't know if there's a thing
Do you
for
remember?
that.
You remembered how many shots? I
I
assume.
used 15 according to my notes.
Whew. That is a yeah, that's quite a bit. There's a lot of shooting going on.
Well, they were bought to be used against werewolves, so
That's
or well,
true.
not bought, I guess borrowed, really.
Let's say give me a D100.
Yay.
It's not horrible. Um, say you're able to recover. I don't want to do math, even though I'm going to make you do math by rounding. Let's say you just recover half.
Okay. Up or down?
Always round down. 5th edition.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. No, I think we should. Like, she's a kid. Whatever she tells us, like, I don't think we can avoid going straight to the cave and seeing for ourselves whether there's anything to do. It's nearby. It's presumably either empty of werewolves or almost empty of werewolves. The meanest, toughest werewolf is dead at our hands.
Sure.
Present company excluded.
Nice. So I don't know. That's just
Could
I
we
don't
not go
disagree.
back with the hide of the leader and let our shooty
Just point of
companion
order,
claim
Justice.
dominance?
What's
Yeah,
your point of
Matt.
order?
I was flipping maps over. Although if you
Yeah.
scroll down is where all the most of the carnage occurred. Yeah. And there's good old Moose just sitting back there.
Protecting Kilt.
Yep.
And Angela, I think, right?
And Angela. Yep.
Yes.
Hmm. Tally kind of like gazes up towards Angela for a moment, and then back to the group and says, "We have a new charge now. We need to be. We need to protect her if she. Well,
I agree. I mean, we could have written to Ben Richten, and then we'll have the element of surprise. The werewolves don't know we're.
in the area that we're in, so like this clearing, was there
Yeah.
sort of like a clear path that the werewolves came from, like? Because we would always come from like the same approach, and it seemed like when we met last time, the werewolves came out from like the opposite end, and then this time was it kind of similar, or was it just sort of like all around us they showed up?
It was kind of like an all around, like they just sort of melded out of
Okay.
the forest.
Guess what I'm wondering is like, and maybe this would be, I don't know if I could do this because I'm not proficient with survival, but like, is there a path from here to the werewolf den?
That's I'm probably gonna call that just a straight up survival check.
Okay.
Kind of trying to track back through.
Yeah.
Give you guys a but I mean you can certainly broach that topic with the rest of the party for anyone that's
Yeah.
set up for it.
What are you looking for?
Well, I wonder if there's a way. I wonder how they got here. If there's a more direct route to the cave, or if we should just drop by Van Richten's, because that's the way we would need to go anyways, right?
It's a here I can drop you guys out to the Barovian map here.
I think we'd be backtracking a little to get to Ben Richten, but
Oh, okay. I'm trying to remember.
So you guys are
We're like here-ish, right?
yeah, pretty much there, midway between S and R. Somebody has taken the initiative of drawing a giant no through Kresk for some reason. I don't know why that's going on. There's also the artist rendition of the battle with the wizard at the river, which sounds like something would happen at a casino.
So I'm trying to remember. We once went like all the way around,
Yeah.
and there was a cliff, and we are like, nope.
Yep.
How did we? What was the other way we went? Did we go like around this side of the lake to get to here, or did we just like say like F it?
Yeah,
As
I
I
think
recall,
what we ended up doing was just like hiding in the tree line and then just walking right up to the cave. Like,
yeah, you guys kind of skirted around
Oh, okay.
to get there.
Um. Okay, so both times we approached from this direction.
we only went there once.
Yeah,
Right?
Oh, I thought we went and there was like it was like way up high on the cliff and we couldn't get up that way, so we
We
backtracked.
snuck
you
out
saw,
through
yes,
a back entrance.
Uh,
that was way up high on a cliff.
okay.
We could go back in through that back entrance.
Do you remember where that was? Was that here? Like here-ish?
That was so where it was more like up there.
Oh, right.
Not so far up like map skill wise, because that's like a mile, but it's higher up on the cliffside.
Gotcha.
Not to throw a another complication into our plan here, but Skirp, you had a really good thought of checking to see if Angela there had been bitten, right? You'd thrown some wolfsbane on her.
yeah, I figured.
Well, I can't help but notice that several of us took some bites during that fight.
That's probably true.
Mhm.
Does
Now, I doubt I'm going to turn into a double werewolf here. But
the dreaded double werewolf. Yes. Um,
The
I
Y one.
most famously from our chat log, which is one thing this has over your more traditional methods, is you don't always remember what the roll results were from before. But I have a 9 and a 6 on saves from Skirp, which is definitely not the DC of that particular save.
That's a little meta game, though, isn't
I can do that. I'm the DM.
Was
it?
I
I just
also?
mean for me, like, I don't know that I failed my save.
There's a
No.
lot of con saves in the last, so I don't know which ones. I'm trying to remember if I was even bit.
Um,
I have damage, so I don't. So something hit me, but I don't remember if it was a bite or not.
I'm pretty sure. I mean,
My
that's the
memory
only one that
says only
really
Skirp got bit.
Tally has a con save.
Yeah.
Is there any other reason?
Were you concentrating on anything?
Yeah. Spellcon.
Fuck, I don't know.
Would have
I
been
think
the,
you mostly threw fireballs that time.
Yeah, I don't think I was
I
concentrating.
did have blessed, but
yeah.
it was from Skirp.
Skirp was concentrating.
Hmm.
That's what one of those was.
Oh,
It
okay.
wasn't a save. The other one was a concentration check.
Do I have a separate button for that?
Yeah. Anyways, do we know how to prevent the spread of that disease? In character, I guess. Like,
What you guys have figured out, and specifically the priestess of the moon, not prevention. Don't get bit.
sure.
It's less of a stop it and more of a okay, when it happens, it's gonna happen. If you'd known a way to stop it, you would have stopped it in terms of Gideon's current affliction.
I guess I mean, like, is it considered a curse or like a disease or?
Is considered a curse.
Mm.
I do have this handy book here called Werewolves Are, a complete history of werewolves.
Go on.
Wait, hold on. And I'm going to have to scratch out the R and make it werewolves were.
Too soon. Too soon.
Boo. I mean, I don't get it.
Well, I mean, Gideon, you bring up a good point. But what do we do about that now?
I don't know. You're the smart ones. You cast spells. I mean, maybe you got something that cures yourself in holy fire or something.
You say to the person with a -1 int.
I got this friend up in Kresk who's really aching for a wedding dress. I bet he would know how to remove. No, that's fine.
We should
Kresk,
thought
huh?
taking
Kresk
out
is
the.
pretty close.
Maybe we should check on those wolves in that den.
Hey, Angela, where did you say you were from?
She tells you that she's from Kresk. No.
I think she might have actually said that.
I thought she did.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
Let me check my notes.
We'll take her back to Kresk. We'll boost her over the gates.
Oh yeah, she's totally from Kresk. So there's her, which she has, you guys mentioned, and she has indicated that she, may be the only survivor of Carol's little coup d'état.
He didn't
Angela,
really strike me as the most honest person, Carol. He suggested he killed them all, but
well, how far do we think it would be to get to the cave? We can. Oh, I guess it is night, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if it's safe for us to wait till morning.
sometimes I get the feeling that you might be the scariest thing in these woods, Tally.
Only if you get on my bad side.
How many more of those fireballs can you conjure up?
I've got a few left in the tank.
a few.
How long would it take me to fly to the cave and back? Just since Kiroro's
Your fly speed's what? Your movement speed?
60.
60. It'd be, I mean, kind of as the crow flies quite. Let me see here. Look at the map. It is, yeah, it's about a mile. So how long would it take a crow to fly a mile?
As the
At
crow flies.
60
Yeah.
miles an hour? No, wait, 60 feet.
60 feet.
That's more math. Are you double moving to get 120 feet?
I would assume so.
Why would I not just be full like running to get the
Which
times
is 3
4?
times?
Which
Yeah, times 4.
and then
No,
double
you
move
can't
for
do
times
the.
to get 4 and 4.
I don't think running is a thing in 5th edition. Like the rogue could do it because he had the bonus action dash, but
Well, isn't it just like regular dashing?
yeah, it's just double movement. You can't do 4 times speed.
So that would be, so he can double dash, and that's, oh man. So he can do that once around 6 seconds. So that's 120 feet. And he has to do that basically 44 times. So what's 44 times 6? That's 264 seconds divided by 60. Okay, so it's gonna take you like 5 minutes. If I'm probably off on the math slightly, but I mean, you have no obstacles. It's a straight shot for you
We can
flying.
walk Angela to Kresk, and you can meet us there probably long before we get there.
I can offer that. I can go scout out the cave just to see if I see any more kids, and then maybe get numbers and fly back to Kresk entrance.
As far as I'm concerned, if we don't see any more kids, our business with them is done. Unless, of course, it turns out our friend is still alive.
I don't know that we can know whether there are children or not. Go in. See for ourselves.
I think it sounds like Scarp is really aching to kill some more werewolves.
Well, out of character in real time. 5 minutes ago, we just got done being ambushed by a group of werewolves who had revealed that they had murdered 10 children in a cave.
He's ready to go Skywalker on them.
I'm just for my own. I feel like Angela had said something that sounded to me like Strahd had been present at the murder of, I can't remember her name, but our ally.
Zulika.
Zulika.
Yeah. Am I misremembering that?
She mentioned just kind of vaguely in passing, like an ominous figure, but that could, it was left vague.
And then the wolves had said that Strahd was their alpha when we were doing that Who's the Alpha game.
Yes, they 100% said that was the case.
Totally up to you guys though. I'm down. If whatever you decide to do, I'm gonna back your play. As long as we don't get our 2 children friends here killed.
Welcome to die.
We definitely stash them. See, I'm low. I'm hit. So, let me see what I've got in the way of.
Gonna check to see if there's any like seams on Guardians or not Guardian Moose's chest.
We could
See if
we
there's
could
any
take a
way to
rest
like
here for a bit. Also,
turn him into a
while we're
mech.
Yeah, you guys can always, take 10 foot or 10 foot. Wow, 10 minute. What is? It's not 10 minutes. Half an hour. Hour.
It's an
What
hour.
edition are we playing?
I
Who's on
don't know.
first?
First edition.
Yeah.
Who's on 5th?
Who's on 5th?
I could be down for an hour. I could bandage the wounds.
Yeah.
I suggest maybe like, I don't know, bandaging the wolf bane on your, maybe that'll help. on your bites?
It can't hurt unless.
Unless it does.
But if
Yeah.
it does, we'll know.
Mm.
Can't hurt
Alright.
until it suddenly does.
Tally shrugs and like wraps up a bandage and puts a little bit of wolfsbane in there.
All right.
Yeah,
Spinning
I'm
that
in for
hit
the
die.
short rest.
All right. Go ahead and burn your hit die. Roll it out.
Roll it out.
I apparently
And,
didn't get hurt,
Must be nice.
or
Let's
if I did, it was just temporary HP.
let's roll them dice and see what happens, shall we? Oh, glorious chart of charts. Okay, that's we can roll with that. Whew, Skirp is just burning through them hit dice.
I needed them. 12, 24, 33.
Okay. So while you guys are, everyone's taking a load off, maybe exploring, like just the edges of this kind of clearing you guys are in. Kilt's poking around with a stick, as he has been told it is a powerful tool against corpses. When he pokes his stick and there's this loud like thwap sound, like metal hitting metal, and he jumps almost out of his skin backwards, lands on his butt. Crab walks backwards, trying to get away from whatever just happened out in the woods. Very, very, very loud clang sound. Additionally, holding the portion of his stick still in his hand, there's only about half of it left.
Skirp, I think your kid's getting into trouble.
Kilt? Kilt, what are you doing?
He turns around, he's just pale and like doing the lip quiver thing, trying really, really hard not to cry. And he runs back to Moose real quick and runs around the back of him. He says, "There's something bit my stick," and he holds it up, and you just see the end of it is shorn clean off.
Okay. Is this gonna interrupt the short rest?
No.
Well then, I will begrudgingly grab my sword and shield and kind of light up the sword and go investigate.
So just kind of clear away a little bit of the brush that's sitting there, and there's a hunting trap, clearly sprung and triggered, just on the edge of this clearing.
Is that mine? Did I do that?
Did you?
I do have a hunting trap in my inventory.
As I recall, yes, you do, but
Okay, but I didn't set it during the last combat.
not unless you have some
in the
notes that say you did.
Okay.
I don't remember it happening.
Well then, well, that's just a good find. I'll take that. It's well done, Guilt. I'll just pick it up and stash it, hand it to the free market.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like it was set and camouflaged slightly, but otherwise has been triggered by a stick.
We should get Kilt a new stick and put him out front because he found that trap there. Like, no telling what other traps have been set out here.
We have a big golem dude here made of like mostly metal.
Yeah, but you find a stick big enough for him.
Yeah,
I
that
guess he
tracks.
could rip down a tree.
So did I hear it right? We got a short rest or getting a short rest?
Yeah, you got a short rest.
Roy spells back, loves it.
There is no issue with that. That said, and mysterious hunting trap abated for now. What is your path from here?
Kresk or werewolves? Then
Eh, we could return Angela here to Kresk and be back to the werewolf den before morning.
Let's do
if
it.
you'd like.
Angela, who do you live with in Kresk? Do you live with your parents?
She tells you that yes, she lives in a. She lives down, kind of in the main part of town. She says below the big castle.
Okay.
Rest isn't gonna open their doors in the middle of the night.
Did anybody remember to keep any of that wine?
Oof. I think I don't have a barrel in my pocket.
That's true.
Does anyone have a bottle or anything of those that ilk?
Hey, a second. Thing? Anything back there?
You poking around in your bag.
Okay, I have a wriggling hand.
I have a shield guardian who's pretty good at knocking down gates.
Oh, jeez.
Don't think that goes over well.
Well, we're trying to return a lost child.
Mm,
I
That's my
do not
point.
have any
yeah, I don't either.
wine listed in my.
Yeah, if we had any left, I think we left it with the donkey.
Donkey.
He doesn't need it.
A donkey doesn't need it.
He was already drunk.
Nothing worse than a drunken ass.
Who drank our donkey?
Ugh.
Hey, be
Boo.
nice to that donkey. Someone has to play that as a druid if you die.
Donkey Lord.
Okay. All right. So game plan: return
I
to
mean,
Kresk.
we're like what? Not even an hour from Kresk.
Yeah, not even.
Hand the kids off. Hand the kid off because Skirp's
Yep.
a man, or killed some man
Yeah,
now.
you're about a mile from Kresk.
Skirp's
So.
also a man now.
Yeah, he is.
Skirp's a man now, dog.
Oh,
Damn it.
Or wait, is he a
But
dog man now?
No,
no, those are in Kresk.
that's you. That's you.
Hey, we all but got bit except maybe August and Kilt
I didn't get
and
bit.
maybe Angela.
I was gonna say, as you say that, I wait for Angela to come over and start like checking her over and ask her like, did they bite you anywhere?
She says no. She got away, but they were, pretty violent about the whole thing.
Okay.
She's will mention to you about them, um, gnawing on some bones and made her extremely terrified.
Okay.
But
Well,
otherwise, no.
never
She
thought I'd be the one to say this. I think it's time to go to Kresk.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember Wyatt has a big no sign on.
We're only going to deliver Angela safe and sound. There might be kids out there.
Okay.
There's literally nothing to worry about.
What about figuratively?
Um.
Don't worry about it. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when it comes time to burn it down.
Some huge
Yes.
monster is gonna like pop out. We're gonna be like, "What are you?" And gonna be like, "I'm nothing." Wordplay.
Stop reading ahead.
Okay. So
All right, let's
go
get the show on the road.
we go to Kresk.
Movable
Okay.
feast.
Let's find out if you guys actually go to Kresk.
What?
Well, I mean, you're going to Kresk, but
Oh, okay.
how
The long
quickly?
term ended up
You
in hell.
accidentally End up at Strahd's castle. Ooh, shit.
I told you should have taken that right at Albuquerque. So, one thing I have learned about this chart, or maybe it's just this group, is that you guys really, really like to do the same thing
Oh.
over again. Out in front with his 3.5-foot pole.
Oh god.
I assume is kilt, based on what you said.
Okay, I'll admit to having lost that conversation, assuming that Moose is willing to go first. Like, it's certainly a much better idea.
Okay.
All right, Moose, speak up if you have a problem with it. He's fine with it.
Silently screaming.
There's just nothing. He's going along and he stops, just full on middle of the road, just boom boom. Whoever was walking closest to him would just run full on into his back. Probably his ankle if you're Skirp or one of the children.
It's gonna be. I'm gonna take the back line to cover
Okay.
our flank
Probably me
because
then.
Moose is tanking the front.
Okay, it is. So Tally, that he just no warning. I mean, it's a golem. Golems do what golems do. He just stops, deadpan, boom, done.
Okay.
Clang. You're wearing armor. He's made of metal.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can do to stop. And he just stops.
Gideon, did you tell him to stop?
Nope. What'd you find there, boy?
Don't treat Moose like a dog. Take him away from you.
Should we treat him like a moose instead?
I'll go around to see what he stopped. Did he stop for a reason? Is there something in front of him?
Yeah, there is.
Step on a nail.
There are no nails. However, there is a body
With no nails?
with no nails. All of its nails have been painstakingly or painfully pulled out of its fingers.
Kilt.
Haven't we tortured the poor boy enough today?
That's up to Skirp, I guess.
He is your
I think so.
charge.
I'll kind of come up and look at it. No, he can. No, there don't need to be stories about this one.
There don't need to be stories. Oh, okay.
All right, so you Skirp are examining the body.
I'm not. I'm like 5 feet away from it.
Okay.
Kind of like I come close enough to get a good look at the hand. So I guess within 5 feet, but not like picking it up and touching.
Not nondescript Barovian. Clearly wearing peasant garb. Missing its nails, as we've already discussed. Very, yeah, it's got this kind of like grayish tone. The veins, you can see the veins under the skin are all like this inky black, like running up from like the wrists up and like disappears under the sleeves and kind of comes up again by the neck and into the face. Pretty grim.
Do I recognize that as symptoms of anything or?
You off the bat, no. I would say a medicine check would maybe get you a little more information. A more physical examination would also perhaps reveal more.
What do you see up there, Skirp?
Well, he's clearly dead, but I just don't think that there's any way that we can tell how he died. I thought he looked a little strange, but might just be the fingernails that got ripped out or fell out. We don't know.
I'm gonna think about if there's some reason I would know that fingernails would just fall out.
Just fall out, no. But the body's just demonstrating very clear signs of like poison.
I kind of like peek around one of our Iron Giant's legs and kind of take a little closer look. And I'm like, oh, I think the reason, perhaps, he looks like this guy's been poisoned. I don't know by who.
Poison's such a subtle way to kill someone. It really doesn't stand out to me as a Barovian thing to do,
Well, then to just like dump them in the middle of the path is
right?
There's
also
too much finesse to it, so it's not
right.
Barovian.
Right? Torn to pieces, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's Barovia.
Yeah.
Death with just nothing from nothing but being afraid. Yeah, totally. But poisonous. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
have characters. It's like driving an F-350 to drop your kids off at school. It's like,
all right.
I mean, you can, but
But why?
yeah.
It's a lot of ways to commit suicide in Barovia. Most of them involve other people. Oh, someone left.
We lost
Okay.
We
Path.
lost Path.
Okay.
We did?
Off of
roll 20.
It's out of the game.
He's back.
Oh, it probably did that server thing it did you earlier, Zeb.
Hmm.
Uh,
Well,
I'm in a different screen right now, so I didn't see it.
Oh.
well,
I'm thinking. Okay. See anything on him? I'll check his
Let's.
pocket.
Okay, give me an investigate,
Ah,
please.
he doesn't need it.
Why does he need it?
Yeah.
Oh, I love this party and their negative
My dice.
odds.
Dice.
hey.
No, actually, that's a good roll. You are able to find on his body absolutely nothing, but the clothes on his back. That said, very very nearby, you kind of notice as you're giving him a pat down and everything, when his hands is kind of outstretched, and just out of sight, seemingly rolled off into the bushes, is a bottle.
Oh. Does it have anything in it?
You picking it up?
Yeah.
There's a slight bit of rattling.
Kilt, what do you think of this?
Oh, maybe be careful with that. I mean, you typically keep poisons in bottles, right?
And
Yeah,
Kilto
but-
will walk over and just kind of like give you like, it's a bottle.
Yeah, but what about this? Rattle, jiggle.
It's a bottle with rocks in it.
That's why we keep you around. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. It's an opaque bottle?
It's got this almost like a dark like black green cast to it. There is a label that's kind of bent over. Looks like it's peeled slightly, or perhaps is not terribly well fastened in the first place.
Eric, Kilt, what does this mean?
Here. Okay, I need to take a step back here for a second. So instead of looking at the label yourself, which to you is tantamount to reading some sort of horribly, tome
Okay.
of eldritch evil, you
Okay.
have your 10-year-old charge read it for you.
I considered this, and I think it's about context. Like all, if you just transpose the idea of like demonic script,
Hmm.
with it, kind of it's all inherently evil. It's something that's like, but there's a difference between like that's being used in like a ritual for a purpose for some evil ends, and something that's just like scratched on the wall that has some kind of arcane meaning.
So it's like, if it just says Kilray was here, it doesn't mean anything. But if it's, here so summons
Yeah, it's
This
I,
beast from the darkest, blackest pits.
right. I don't know. I'm kind of yeah. Like I wonder if there's it's a thing to think on. Let's say that Skirp's been considering whether there's a boundary between a label and a piece of writing.
I remember Gideon asked Skirp once about road markers and shop signs, and he said that he'd think about it.
And he has such. I think that the line is that he considers them distasteful and vulgar. But practically speaking, I think he's not so naive that he thinks that this sort of constitutes something dangerous per se. However, suspicious of it, like it's less that he's. Let's say that it said potion of healing on it.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't go, "Oh, that's a potion of healing." He'd be like, "Well, it says it's a potion." We'll see
So
about that.
it's more of a contextual thing. So if after he tells you what it says, if you deem it to be something horrendous, you will deal with that after.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
It's
Although,
not questioning your RP. I'm more curious, like actual in character Skirps.
yeah, me too. It's a
No, this
it's
is good. I like it.
it's a like it hasn't come up all that often, and I guess I'm trying to like ground him a little more, make him a little less one-dimensional in his zealotry.
And I mean, if anything bad happens, you're just gonna use your divinity to blow it to Kingdom Come anyway. So
That being said, I'd say one major point in his backstory is that on more than one occasion he's been subject to explosive runes, and is suspicious of kind of all writing as well.
Okay.
So it's, I mean, there's some context to it. Like a street sign's obviously not going to be explosive, but all right. So
Necromancer's Tower this way.
let's do it like this. I'm going to lock eyes on the symbol on the thing. I'm going to stare it down. And if it explodes, then I'll take the brunt of that. I'll kind of like raise my shield against it, and if it doesn't, I'll hand it killed.
Okay. So you stare at it. Obviously, you don't attempt to glean meaning from it, and there is no explosion.
Okay. Kill. What does this say?
Also, the most thorough checking for traps that anyone has done in this campaign so far.
Over a bottle.
Kilt will grab it and he kind of sounds it out. And he eventually, turns and kind of looks proud of himself and says, "It says Purple Dragon Crush."
Favorite flavor of soda.
I was gonna say, is that a soft drink?
Yeah.
It's like
Purple
Mountain Dew.
Dragon Crush. Does anybody know what this is?
I feel like we've run into a Dragon Crush before.
Give me some insight checks. Yeah, let's call this insight.
I mean, I was pretty smitten with that silver one, but
Feels right to me.
insight.
Beautiful.
Nailed it. I want to reload my
Skirp's like, that
client
drink
real
was
quick.
good.
Yeah.
Reload your client. It's the
No, I'm not getting 3D dice.
Oh, okay. I was like the roll 20 way of microwaving your dice.
Yeah.
So everybody except for Skirp is like, oh yeah, that's totally a Wizard of Wines, vint. You guys have seen several barrels of it. Run across a couple bottles of similar kind of manufacture as well, both at the Wizard of Wines and in Valaki and other places.
I knew we'd heard of the Dragon Crush before.
You have absolutely heard of it before. I believe you guys had a bottle at one point. There's a a wine cellar at the Wizard of Wines you guys went into, which at this point, real lifetime was like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
there was a bottle down there.
Has it been opened?
Yes, it is. It is uncorked and quite rattly.
Mm,
Uh,
Lost
I'm
Gideon and Skirt are on roll 20.
sorry.
We just lost Gideon and roll 20. Just making sure it's there in Discord.
Am I back?
Yeah,
I
you're
see
back.
Yep,
him
you're
in
back.
roll.
Okay.
Yeah, one assumes that their servers are just getting just beaten about the head and neck with so many people kind of being home and everything, which is, I guess, a good problem to have.
So I usually use leave, these sorts of conclusion drawing for other people, but I mean, that guy was definitely poisoned.
Yeah.
And here's a bottle. Whoop,
Bless you.
Gesundheit.
I don't know
I
what
think
that was.
I don't know what just happened.
Did it come from me?
It came from somebody, but
It
Probably
came
me.
from
I lost
Xbox
my sound
Live.
and I had to reset my headset, so it's probably me.
There is then suddenly an odd sound from the bottle.
Odder
Okay.
than the rattling.
There.
As odd as whatever the sound that was.
Oh,
Let me have the bottle. Unless I already have it in my case.
I mean, Skirp's got it, I guess, right? Or
Okay.
Kilt's
Kilt,
got it.
yeah, Kilt can just. I assume you guys are standing right next to each other, so
Yeah.
he just
All right.
hand
Kilt,
it over.
let me have that bottle really quick.
Yeah, he
I'll
basically anything you tell him, he will do as quickly as humanly possible.
I'm gonna lay out sort of like I'm gonna clear a spot in the dirt, find a nice flat spot, and then I will. Here, bring that light in here really quick, and I'll just sort of like try and empty the bottle onto the dirt patch, the clear dirt patch.
All right, there's a gentle, just kind of like clink, clink, clink as 10 fingernails roll out of the bottle.
Jesus Christ.
Mm.
Very slowly, one by one, just like do, do. It's almost like watching in slow motion the way that they tumble out.
is that how goblins make wine?
Yeah, but like you usually add some other stuff in too, some rotting fruit and a couple toenails for taste, teeth, ears if you can get them. Uh, grass, seed to flavor.
Did you take notes? Skirt?
Sometimes other wine.
Kilt?
Kilt is absolutely taking notes right now.
Goblin wine recipe.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's titled it Golden Goblin number 2.
I'm Golden Goblin 1. Okay, that's it though. That's no more rattling in the bottle.
Nope, just these odd fingernails.
Gross. Okay. Yeah. Let's get to Kresk.
I
Okay.
agree.
This is so weird
Snap.
enough to.
Snap my fingers and light the corpse on fire,
Like you do.
like you do.
Perfect. You guys are, walking by this scene, blazing, as it often does when Tali is present. August, you notice that there's some almost like this skeletal face that is formed in the dirt with the fingernails making up its toothy grin.
I only noticed this?
Yes, only you.
Who are Gideon? Do you see the skull with the grin?
Is he gesturing at the
Yes.
thing?
I point.
Does Gideon see the same thing?
Mm-mm. No, there's just kind of this weird sort of pile disturbed dust thing of fingernails and just kind of gross
It's
Barovian side of the road.
just wine, dirt, and fingernails. Don't let yourself get Barovian, man.
That's why I was checking. Never be too sure. I'll Eldritch Blast the skeleton just for funsies of it.
Just Eldritch blast the dirt.
Yep.
There's this
Yeah.
massive just like up, almost like mushroom cloud of dust that gets thrown up by it. But otherwise, yeah, I guess we'll get ourselves along to Kresk, shall we?
We should make a deal that we don't bother to check out bodies anymore, right? We should just set them on fire and go.
I feel like
Although
you guys
the
have
last
tried
time
a
we
couple times to make this deal and it never sticks.
I feel like that's the standard operating protocol.
I fear
Okay.
if we don't check the body, one's gonna be set on fire and it's gonna be alive, and then we're all gonna feel
I mean,
horrible.
that's happened, and it was
we
a
could
zombie.
just not set it on fire. We could just walk
Well, I
right
mean,
by.
if you set a zombie on
Oh.
fire, are you setting something alive on fire?
It's something that can kill us, and that's why I was setting them on fire. We can
I mean, I
talk
get
about not
that.
setting things on fire.
I'm saying it's like if it's like a
Definition of
knocked
alive.
out dude. Yeah, I mean,
If a
it's-
tree fell on me, it could probably kill me. But you're not burning down the forest anyway.
from my reports, a tree did fall on you and you came out with a spear.
He's not wrong.
I guess in a roundabout way.
I mean, I wasn't with you at that time. It's just the reports I got from the Ravens.
And the ravens are there watching. Always watching.
I need to rig up a crossbow that can fire the spear.
I thought you were going to say ravens.
We call that a ballista.
Want to
Yes.
use the spear more, but my crossbow's so much more useful.
So you need a bolt caster, is what you're saying.
Jeez.
D&D style.
just a pocket ballista. I'm fine with it. We'll use Skirp to like steady it. Oh, it could be mounted
I don't
on
know.
Moose.
Oh boy.
Anyway,
Places
Okay.
on his back, and he just like gets down on like
yeah,
Yeah,
he's gotta like
all
get down
fours,
on
just
all fours, and then I'll stand on his back, and I'm liking this idea. If only I knew
just is it
some
emerald
good.
weapon, ruby weapon? Which one is it?
Mm-hmm.
One of the
Nope.
weapons.
Quick poll.
Things that are not happening.
I need a
Real high on the top of the list.
What percent of campaigns that you've ever played have avoided bringing up the idea of mounting a ballista on something?
Okay, yeah, that's way
So
the way of
Kresk.
Naked ended up being
So
pretty much
Kresk.
the exact same thing. So you're saying
We
we have
always-
an ogre? No.
And ogres are like onions.
Yeah, they have
It's in-
ballistas tied to them.
That's right. Just like onions.
Every campaign I play has the danger cart. Danger wagon.
Yep. Dragon wagon.
okay.
Always.
So we get to Crest, right?
We get to
The Kresk. The walls are the first thing you see. Above them, looming in the darkness, is the Abbey of Saint Macrovia. The walls, you don't see anybody up on the walls, at least from this distance. As you approach more and more, you do make out a couple figures, specifically above the gatehouse, the gate of which is closed, which is the tradition in Barovia after dark. Or really in the middle of the day, because it's Barovia.
Because the Kresk was closed even during the day when we were here.
Also, which is the quote at the beginning of the chapter. The gleam in her eyes. Pond. That light is gone forever. When I try to imagine those eyes, all I see is a mad abyss. Strahd von Zarovich.
So we approach the front gate.
Mhm.
I'm gonna ask Squirrel to give a firm knock. Moose, fuck. Sorry. Moose to
Jeez.
give a firm knock.
There's a slight rattling. The pouch on your hip.
Moose.
He goes up and boom, boom. And there's a crossbow just punk right at Moose's foot. And you hear a couple shouting, "There's a monster at the gate!"
Not a monster, just a visitor.
Hey,
The
my
beast
name's
speaks.
Skirp.
You've met us before. We gave you an entire barrel of wine.
Multiple barrels, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was
Believe
like
you
a
guys owe
barrel
us.
each.
There's a head pops out of kind of between crenellation, looks down. Yeah, you bring more wine?
No, but we've rescued a child from the town and we wanted to return her.
Well, I hope she likes campfires because you guys aren't getting in until morning.
How tall is the gate? Can Moose reach the person up there?
That's a good question. Gatehouse is 20 feet high.
Damn.
And there are buttresses every 50 feet or so as well on this wall that are just ever so higher than that, 25 feet or so.
Okay.
We could respect their. Oh no, we're in a hurry.
I don't think there's an actual. There's the map of Kresk, but there's not like a Kresk approach, unfortunately.
Normally, we'd love to wait. Love to.
Oh, I lied. There
There.
actually kind of is. Hold on.
Tell them they have to take the child. Keep her safe.
So down at the bottom. Come on. Click for me. Oh, I'm on the wrong tool. That's why.
Hey.
There you go.
Oh, that's
There
a
you go.
really short wall.
Gatehouse.
We could just walk right around. I'm just kidding.
It's nice try.
Um,
It clearly
There's,
says 20 feet
there's ladders.
on the inside. Inside.
So we would love to wait and understand the risk. Look, this kid needs to get home, and there are other children out there that might need saving, and we don't have time to wait. So please, could you just open this door, this gate, and let her in? And
How about diplomacy?
wait,
Persuasion. Persuasion.
Persuasion.
Oof, oof,
Hmm.
oof.
I mean, okay, so skill checks natural, automatic failure in systems, but you did roll a 5 and it's after dark in Barovia. You just hear laughing from the top of the gate. Like, the gate's closed. The gate shall remain closed until I see part of the sun.
Send out a rope.
Wait. That's the qualifier. You need to see part of the sun. Skirt. Sun. Go.
Dink, dink, dink. Whoosh.
Did it take you multiple tries to get it started? Is that what it is?
Yeah, is it like you're trying to start a gas oven? You're just like,
It gets a rock and it's like running it along the blade. Except there's no blade there. It's just a hilt. And I will go ahead and agree with that. August, what exactly are you asking?
I was whispering to the child while everybody else is going on with the guard, asking her to describe where her bedroom or room is in the house or in this town, being as descriptive as she can.
Being as descriptive as she can.
Like, what's her
I
house
don't
look
remember.
like?
You could go
etc.
scout it as a bird for a moment if you needed to.
Well, I plan to, but I need to know which one's hers.
Yeah.
So specifically on the map, you should see an S3.
Mm-hmm.
Go from S3. There's kind of a square-looking house, and then there's a little tiny house to its left, and above that there's a bigger house. It's that biggish house. So
What
start
I'm
there.
thinking here.
Yep, right there. Boom.
Okay.
She tells you it's that, and she tells you that she has her bedroom is on, you know, the the long side of the house. Yeah, it's kind of small, and she has a little tiny bed, um, but there are, she says, ponies with wings that have been carved into the back of her bed, and she kind of her face lights up for the first time as she's telling you this. Like, seems like it's a happy thing for her.
Okay. As if the sword concept doesn't satisfy the guards, I will try to ease away and go into Raven form and try to find that visually in the town.
All right. They're, one of them looks out at the brightness, looks down, looks up in the sky, and says, "That was a good try, but I ain't no sun."
What do you guys think? Should I have Moose here knock down the gate?
No.
And you've got a hammer.
I say that loud enough for them to hear it.
Oh,
And in response, you hear them say, "Hey, you want to get that ballista rolled up behind the gate?"
Here, if we send the girl up, will you take her?
How are you going to send her up? You're down
The
there.
wall's
We're up here.
50? Did you say 50 feet on the wall?
20 feet up.
Oh, yeah. I got a rope. Tie it around the girl, throw you one end, you pull her up. It's easy.
How do we know the
Physics, baby.
girl's not one of those vampires or And he leans back in here and whispers, like, "Hey, what's the one that screams? Banshee. Banshee. How do we know it's not one of them banshees?"
If she was, what would stop her from just waiting until morning and going in?
Sun. Everybody knows the undead don't like the sun.
Can't banshees fly?
Yeah. I think
You hear
vampires can fly too.
Why
hear
would
some
a
swearing
banshee
behind the
need a
gate.
rope?
While they're arguing with
They're
the
just like-
guards, I try to do the Raven thing and go scout the house. This is a great
There's now even
distraction.
more arguing, like
We don't even
behind the
notice that
gate.
August is gone.
Yeah. The guards now arguing with themselves about, wait, banshees can fly? He says that she's a vampire? No, he says that vampires can fly. Wait, but banshees can't.
like 45 seconds into this, I'm like, wait, I wonder if August can. And I turn around, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, he's just gone.
My dude,
So this
we
crow.
could bring her in during if we wanted to harm you, we could bring her in during the day in a covered wagon where she's in the dark and then leave her inside the walls. It's not like the wall is the problem here. Okay. We just can't take care of her out here.
So she is a banshee.
Not a banshee. I'm just saying.
You should say that in a Boston accent, please, Skip. Please.
I don't have a Boston.
Not a
Let me
Banshee.
see what I can fly here. She's not a banshee. No, that doesn't work.
I know. I gotta.
Dude,
I gotta
that's
watch
a real hard one to get into. Yeah.
Like hot rod broadswad.
Or a
Hot rod
Jersey
Rod
accent,
Swat.
maybe?
Broad Swat.
Oh, that was the best thing from that campaign.
Hmm.
Do I find
So-
what she was
My
describing?
boy's wicked smart.
Wicked smart.
Smart guy.
Like I am. Like
It's not the
Apple.
problem.
Smart pack.
So August in Raven form, flies over. Guards aren't looking up or looking for ravens. Also, ravens are hyper common here. And yeah, you find the house she's describing. You're gonna kind of poke around a little bit more, look for like this specific room.
Yeah, I look through the windows trying to find like her room.
All right. Yeah, you can. It's a little like tiny, almost like portal of a window type thing,
Mhm.
and you see what looks, the Barovian equivalent of a little princess girl's room. It's
Okay.
really drab and kind of depressing, but it's got some nice touches.
Okay. Does the window look like it opens?
No,
Like it's barred shut type thing, no opening?
it's not a window that's made to open.
Oh. Period.
Yep. You know what happened to the last little girl that had a window opened?
Probably we found a wedding
Probably
dress.
not kidnapped by werewolves because
No, actually, I think it last in a tower at Hamptons.
Okay. I will fly back to the group.
You could
As I assume they're
You're
still
back.
arguing.
Now we're arguing about
Okay,
how
we're-
much which is way.
Here,
Yeah.
hang on, little girl. What are your parents' names?
No, hey,
Uh,
hey, hey, hey.
Hey, what?
Gideon tries to shush them because he has a suspect of what is about to happen with August.
I just figure at this point, like, you have werewolves are out, and you're like pointing to it. See, no, there aren't any werewolves here. That's therefore she's not a werewolf either.
So I'll land behind the girl back to human form. Assume guards are still arguing, not noticing us.
Yeah, they're, occasionally want to look back over the and shout something at you guys. See, I told you, Banshee, because of.
I
go
asked the
back to
little
her.
girl if she's ready to go home.
And she just she yawns and kind of like rubs at one of her eyes, and she's like, "Yeah."
All right. So give me your hand. Let's go home.
She
And
kind of looks up at you and looks
look
looks at Tally, and then puts out a hand to you.
I
I
look
watch.
over and I was like, "Oh, there you are. Hey, I was. Oh, okay."
I watch for the guards to not, to be arguing with themselves, and then I will. I've even, based on the measurement, I have 500 feet, and I believe I can reach her room from here.
Yeah.
Map skill is accurate, so yes.
I will, once I know the guards aren't paying attention,
Dim door. Yep.
I put her in her room.
The most effective non-combat character that I've ever seen you play.
It's all about Dimdor, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dim door's good.
It's 90% of the spells he's cast.
Dim door
aside
plus
from
flight.
Eldritch Blast.
Yep. He is the ultimate scout and hostage negotiation extraction expert.
We don't negotiate about hostages. We just take them.
You just get them out.
We just
Yeah,
argue
so
with the
there's
guards long enough.
there's a slight puff of feathers, and suddenly August and Angela are no longer standing there. Unbeknownst to you, they are now standing in a little girl's bedroom. And her eyes are just like dinner plates. She's looking around. I'm home. She, runs up, gives you like the sort of like knee hug thing that a smallish child will do when they're not quite big enough. And she jumps into bed and pulls up the covers over her head.
So I'm going to attempt to get outside through the front door stealthily. If at all times I feel this is going to fail, I dim door back.
Okay. Roll it, please.
I'm hoping to save a spell slot, but if I can't, I can't.
Not bad. I will say that you are able to slip through the house quietly and quickly. People don't like to be awake during the night in Barovia because that's when all the bad things happen.
Right. I just tried to get outside. Small enough where my tiny raven form could fit. If there's a window or anything like that on the base floor, or if I have to open the door, I do.
Up through the chimney.
Yeah, like if the chimney's an option, legit, we'll go through it.
Now
All
the front door is
St.
totally an
August.
option.
Okay, and then I fly back. Once I
Right.
retreat, once I return back, I go back to human form and say like, let's just move on with our quest, guys. We'll deal with this later.
Okay.
We'll be back in the morning, you punks.
Don't bring that banshee with you either.
Hey, Skirp,
What
do you have
banshee?
anything that smells really bad in your bags?
Oh God.
I
still
have
on
things that smell really bad out of my bag. So
Something that Moose here can throw up like into the guardhouse.
I mean, there's part of
yeah.
it. I mean, you have a hand in there, like the one that Kilt
we're not
found.
We're not gonna
Yeah,
throw
I'm
that one
using
away,
this,
are we?
though.
Well, it's not the hand of the free market. It's
Oh, okay.
the
The
hand
rotting
of the
hand?
corpse. Yeah.
Ah,
There's
okay.
so many
Can I have
hands, no one can
your
tell.
rotting arm?
I've got a wriggling hand.
I mean, okay.
Got. Hang on. Hang on. I got some pies.
You could throw a pie at them. That's a classic.
I have a mummified goblin hand. That one's
Is
creeping me out
that
a
one
little
of
bit.
your own?
How about we go deal with werewolves?
Yeah, let's go. We're on the road.
Hmm.
You guys are on the road
All right.
and on the road again.
Wanted to rig up that hand so that only the middle finger was up and throw it at them.
Like as we leave, like telling
Yeah.
players, does the two
I'm-
fingers
I'm
right, like
watching
your
you.
eyes to them.
Okay, yeah, we can roll with that. Real quick, I'm gonna call bio break.
Yay!
Okay,
So let's
I like it. Be right back.
do that real quick.
I'll-
We'll be right back, everybody.
Yeah, sounds good.
I returned.
I'm also back.
Welcome back.
Ping pong.
Welcome back.
Thank you. You too. Mm.
back.
Welcome back.
Q. Early.
So what's the chances that I can chill on Moose for a short rest while we march into the den of death?
Moose has no problem with it.
I mean, he's not gonna kick you out of bed.
But is Pep okay with it?
Mm.
We'll make you
Now
a little
you're asking-
papoose.
Now you're asking the right questions.
Yeah. I mean, if it takes us an hour, and as long as you don't spend more than 10 minutes of it fighting,
Have any
Alright.
of our
counts.
battles ever lasted 10 minutes though?
No, that's
I'd go-
100 rounds.
I had to go grab some water too, because all that talking.
You can talking.
Mhm.
While we
talking
are
one.
going to the cave,
Bicker.
I have proposed that I chillax and get a short rest perched on Moose, if that's okay with you.
I will say yes because reason.
Only if he carries you.
Oh God!
like
Wait, why do you have a reason? Wait a minute.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, that's happening.
what?
I should have. You know what? This is totally in your favor. I should have rolled this in front of the screen. Okay, that's only 2 less. I don't. I did it again.
What are you
What is with these
doing?
commands?
Yeah, I don't know what's happening right now.
Sorry. Oh, that's way less.
DM's doing DM things.
Send us
I'll have
Oh
you-
God! How much damage is somebody taking?
I'll have you know the first roll was a 16. Whatever. I'll be nice. You guys get the 9. So you guys are to get back to it. You guys are heading back towards the werewolf there.
Mm-hmm.
August is in raven form, I assume, based on what you
Yes.
said.
Perched.
Perched upon Moose's mighty golem-like shoulders. Not even golem-like; they just are.
Yes.
And you're walking along, and you guys are. Let's get back out to the Barovian map, shall we? All right, I gotta get rid of. Ugh. Sorry, too much in the way. We'll say about there. So, when there is some rustling, and in addition to the rustling, some moaning and some shambling.
Oh no!
Shambleman?
Actually, shambleman is the exact perfect way to describe these. As a large group of what at first you thought were going to be 16, but turns out to actually be 9 zombies burst forth in the ways that zombies do, like Romero style, out of the bush, running full speed straight for you guys. So to that point, let me get you to the battle map. And you may roll your initiatives as you desire. Also check your tokens to make sure they're at the right. Don't need a bonfire right now. And then I shall find for you opponents. Yep, that seems about right. And let me get these guys squared. And then let's init them, shall we? Except I need Manuel. Come here. Tell me, what is the initiative of Assam? Not good, as it turns out. Kildith,
Yes, sir.
tell me, have you ever found a good multi-token initiative
Um,
macro?
I use a add-on called Better Roll 20, I think it's called, or Roll
Oh, so you
20
kind of
Enhancement Suite, and you can
one of the
just
API
select tokens,
solutions.
and it's got a thing that lets you just right-click and hit mass roll.
I may need to look into that. Rolling that many tokens is kind of individually. Okay. Probably surprising no one. Your mighty paladin is the first to react to this undead menace.
You have a token still going in 0 in the back?
Yeah,
Oh, he has a
0
-2.
is
Okay,
yeah.
that's legit.
Ain't
So he
that a
goes
shame?
he goes on 1, but yeah, effectively that's
I
Yep,
guess you
I
could roll negative initiative, right?
yeah. I think the minimum is
You just don't go. You're
yeah.
stunned.
You go on 1, but then you start working, in terms of like a tie for a modifier. So no modifier would just go on 1, -1 would go next, -2, so forth. Anyway, so, O glorious paladin of goblinness, the turn be thine.
Okay. I am going to yeah. I'm just gonna kind of step. Do we have a kilt token, or are you just kind of like taking him out of these battle equations?
He's in combat until he's out of combat until
We're breaking up a little bit.
sorry. I was muted for a second because I was trying to take a drink. Yeah, he's unless you guys put him in combat, he's not in combat.
Okay.
So
Um,
no token for now.
I guess I'm just gonna. I think I'll just sort of step up a little bit here. Call it there, and I'll ready an action to attack first. Take a sunsword swing at the first zombie that comes into range.
All right, Sun S word at the first range.
Yeah, I don't know that any of them are gonna get close enough next turn, but I'm ready.
Okay. Readying the action. Zombie da.
Prepare to fast forward.
Yeah, none of them are gonna get close enough this turn, even double moves. Oh, they changed the pickup thing, didn't they? It's monsters. Okay, good enough. Next, spare you guys the boards. Are diagonals a thing in 5th? I don't remember.
Yeah, you can. They move.
It's just 5 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
That one rule always gets me.
No crazy math for diagonals. The world is flat.
That's right.
World is flat.
You can Tecmo Super Bowl serpentine your way all throughout.
Yeah.
Serpentine, serpentine. The world is flat and terrifying. Speaking of terrifying, hi Tally.
What?
Gideon said it
What?
best. You're one of the scariest things out here.
What are you implying?
You're a monster. I didn't think I was implying anything.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We'll just do Excuse me, had a cough. Didn't want to cough in the mic. I'm going to move up to here, and the Sacred Flambe on, yeah, that guy. That seems good. Need a dex save.
A deck save from zombies.
Roll high, man.
Woohoo! Son of a bitch!
Are you?
You just had to say something.
Go, my beautiful zombie soldiers.
Yeah. Well, that's awkward.
Also,
Okay.
that is some damage. Whew.
Oof.
Right?
That was a spicy meatball. All right.
Oh, so good.
As with usual, as long as you don't cross through like basically the direct center underneath a tree, it's not considered difficult terrain. Just for notes. Whoop. Gideon.
All right. I'm going to trust that my allies are going to do heroic things, and I'm going to shoot at the furthest back ones that seem to be slowest and won't be all grouped up for my allies to do heroic things.
Oh, you're gonna do
Uh,
that. Yeah. You do have all of the range forever.
that's what sharpshooter's for.
Mm-hmm.
They probably don't have an amazing AC, so I'm just gonna straight up sharpshooter them.
I think you'll find their AC a tough nut to crack.
Wow, with rolls like that. Okay,
Actually, the first one's a hit.
really?
Yes.
Is it
Okay,
hit?
I'm aiming for the furthest away
It's
one
a-
first, and if it kills it, then I move on.
All right, the furthest away being
I guess this guy, or
okay.
yeah, let's just start with him.
The one at the top or the one you pinged?
The one I pinged. That's fine.
Fair enough. He is still standing,
Oh,
despite you
even
putting a
after.
bolt between his eyes. The
Uh,
second one, however, are you gonna go after him?
yeah, I'm gonna keep shooting until they fall and then move.
Okay. Yeah, that the second one puts him down.
Now, I don't want to be that guy.
The impact
Um,
just knocks him,
as
past
a
the tea kettle.
as someone who's run zombies recently, some of them have a certain ability that you may be forgetting.
No, I'm not forgetting. Don't you worry.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Then the for top guy for my next shot.
I'm gonna worry about it on their turn.
Okay.
Whoop,
That'll
yeah.
be my turn.
All right. He is still standing. He has a crossbow bolt basically sticking out of his throat.
I'm gonna
August.
stand in front of Tally.
Okay.
I flutter down and shift back to human form, and I'm done.
You sound so angry about it.
Not angry, just disappointed. Like,
As long as
did
you
we
don't
really
spend more than a
gotta-
certain number of minutes fighting, you don't lose your short rest.
right?
I think.
All right, Skirp, your reaction may trigger.
Hell yeah.
He double moved. He does not have a standard because of the double move, and he's in range.
So I think it's a single attack.
It is. Please.
But if you hold action attack, you should get your full double.
Do you get it?
Yeah, you're holding your attack action, not like not
I
an opportunity attack.
I'll allow it. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll both.
You wouldn't get your bonus action if it's like a bonus action attack.
Obviously you hit their AC. Do you have any? No, you don't care about that
Go
kind of stuff.
fish.
Yeah, go fish. 15, 20. He appears to have fallen.
Dun dun
Here.
dun.
That's all I care about.
Wow.
Who wants some?
Not that guy.
Zombie number 45 runs up. Zombie 1. Has to make a save. DC is 5 plus damage taken, which was. Oof. Are you serious? The DC is 5 plus damage taken.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can he make what was it, 21 DC?
Oh, Jesus!
No, because damage taken,
Almost.
you did 2 shots on him. Or is it
Uh,
the last shot? I was combining.
I would think it would be the last hit.
Okay. If it's the last hit, then he makes a save.
Holy
Okay.
shit!
The zombie that had the crossbow bolts between its eyes stands back up. And
Skirp, these things are almost as hard to kill as you.
Almost. He's a really good hands might be. Yeah, that's solid.
what was the point of that?
What?
Banging the hilt of my sword against my shield.
Gotcha.
Ah,
Let's go.
Indeed, let's go. It is your turn, sir.
Right, this guy's down. Get up here, fight it. Okay, so we are going to we're gonna smite this one.
wow.
That's a good thing I got that crit. I got the 2 bonus damage.
Gonna need it.
Thing. Which one? The one in front of you or the one
Straight in
diagonal?
front of
You
Okay.
you forgot to roll the crits, the smite crits. You
Oh,
need to
yeah,
roll
you're
an
right, I did.
extra.
me. So it's 3 more d8.
Stop! He's already dead.
Stop.
There it is.
Cheese and crackers.
I'm gonna fix that in my macro right now.
See, you can see the point where he rips his heart out.
36 damage.
Thank you for that.
So he needs to make a 41 on his save.
Huh?
Yeah, I hope he's rolling with a plus
So that-
28.
So that was my first attack,
Okay, he's seemingly down.
and then we're just gonna make a normal attack. The second one.
Okay.
Oh my god!
It's a hit and a. He also looks like he is down.
Oh,
That was one of the ones that got a bolt to the throat.
okay.
Um.
You're getting a
So
really nice axe on my.
He took 8 damage. Yeah, he's got an X. He's got an X.
There we go.
X gonna give it to you. We will come back to them. Skirp has taken 2 attacks. This guy, according to that, has to make a DC 41 Constitution save, which he cannot make even if he crits. So he will remain dead and thusly
That's pretty cool.
got something brand new for that Gideon. 5 foot. Prepare for zombie anger. I think that you will probably die from all of this damage. Brace yourself. It's terrifying. Here it comes.
Hey, that hit
Yeah,
Oh
it did.
god!
for 2 damage.
Not like this.
Fear me.
Does it bite me?
No, it slams you. It just
Okay, good.
momentum just comes through. Boom! Big meaty zombie fist.
It's like a grandpa zombie.
Yeah,
Got 2 teeth and a little arm.
a lot of moxie though.
A lot of chutzpah.
Yeah.
Max.
That's certain je ne sais quoi. Possess, of course. All right. Next zombie. Second verse, same as the first.
Oh my god, Moose, get it. Wait, did Moose go with some?
I have it protecting Kilt when we're
Yeah.
Okay,
out here like
He's
this.
on.
I dig that.
He is on Gideon's initiative. Up to him to decide.
As long as we have got Kilt with us.
Haha! Does 19 hit you?
Yes. Tie goes to
Alright.
the roller.
Boom.
For 5.
For 5. The zombies they've heard your tales. They decided they're gonna be, this is it, guys. We'll be the ones. And apparently it's just moving for the nearest target, which happens to be Gideon in this case. I'm
This
just
is
gonna keep
exactly
this
why I put myself here.
keep this rolling. Oh no, I just fell right into that trap, didn't I? However, a 6 will not hit you.
No.
Of that I am aware. Which brings us to Tally's turn.
What trap?
You know.
Gideon, how you doing? You doing okay
Oh,
on?
yeah.
Okay.
They finally pierced my temporary HP
Oh, well then.
from Skirp's speech this morning.
I'm not gonna activate my trap card.
Okay.
Just gonna activate a regular trap card. Let's do Sacred Flame on that one. The bottom left. The one that dared to do 2 damage. Son of a bitch!
Where is your
Wow.
god now?
Not here.
Wow.
Please hang up and dial again.
Oh, good times. Thank you, zombies. I love you. Anything else before we move away from you? Sorry.
No, I'm just very tempted to channel divinity next turn. Okay, anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Yep. All right. Zombie Daw moves up to Skirp, reaches way back, and asserts itself. Possibly. Come on, Macro, you can do it. There we go. No.
Assert.
Nope.
Okay.
Yes, assert.
Oof.
No, not that kind of show. A 14 does not hit your 21, 22 AC these
That
days.
is correct.
I'm sorry to have wasted your time, Gideon.
The one that Tally set on fire that's totally unfazed by her fire, I'm gonna shoot at it because I don't want to be attacked by a flaming zombie.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm guessing it probably just
Does it fail to
somehow
catch, maybe?
Neo dodged out of the way and knows kung fu.
It hits it in the chest,
Oh.
and like the part of the shirt that caught on fire just kind of fell off.
Oh,
Just the 18.
All
If
right,
that didn't drop it, then
it did
moving
not drop
on to
it,
another.
and it has been. You believe it has been dropped.
Okay, then I'll move on to the next one next to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's my 3 attacks.
It is also still on its zombie feet, which were not steady to start with. All right, August.
I'm
What you got
gonna
for us?
start with one in the south. If the first blast drops, then I'm gonna shoot the second shot at him. Otherwise, they both go to the guy in the bottom.
Gotcha. Fire your lasers.
Pew pew lasers.
Hit and drop. So second is hit and not a crit, but it will take 13 force damage to its face. Specifically to its face. You're pretty sure you saw a portion of its jaw just fly away when you hit.
Voice.
Whoop. Zombie. What do you got? Oh, that one wasn't that the first one that Skirp hit?
Mm.
I don't have a damage save on that one. Scrolling up,
One of
scrolling
them.
up.
One of them. It was 8 damage on one of them.
I got the 8 damage on that one. I've got the 41 damage on this one.
Oh, and
It's
then the
just-
first one I hit. Oh shit! I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm scrolling
Oh.
for right
The
now.
first you hit was for 15.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Let's see the save.
Yep.
Oh
Nope.
man, I saw it roll off the 19.
Me too. And so it stays dead and has been removed from the initiative order. This one also must make a save. The DC is 8. No, the DC is 5 plus 8, which is 13. Excuse me. Also fails and is thusly removed from the initiative. This one will step over its friends. Let's just move him up and go to punch our dear Skirp in his goblin. Sweet, sweet goblin face. No, he will not. In fact, I'm pretty sure he tripped. Skirp, you're kind of being accosted by zombies.
They're really infringing on my social. One of these on this guy south of me, 17,
Okay, on his feet.
and then let's follow it up with a second against the target.
That will put him down. Okay. The one to the south of Gideon needs to make a DC 22 save, which it could
Technically possible.
technically possible. It gave it the old college try. It really, really did.
So close.
However, its friend is also dead because it was hit for 13 points of damage, as I recall.
Actually, I think this one.
No, that was the 7 points of damage.
This one did not die yet. I don't think.
It should have. I've got it at -2.
Oh.
I didn't cross it out that time. So 5
Oh yeah, from
7 is 12 for the DC.
Eldritch Blast.
No, it rolled a 7, but it will stay dead, but not in our hearts. Hey, this guy gets an attack. Guess who it's going to be on? This should be +1 damage. I just missed the roll. It doesn't matter. He rolled an 8. Tally. Hi.
Okay. All right. With only 2 people in range, now's the time to do area of effect, right?
Absolutely.
Right. She'll try to Sacred Flame this guy. Come on.
Praise the sun.
Come on, zombie. Holy shit.
He's sunbrowing right now. Ty goes to the runner.
That means he's safe.
Yep. He is safe.
If only I could be so grossly incandescent. I move away. I'm tired of this bullshit. That's my turn.
All right. Zombie has a DC 21 fort save to make. And by fort, I mean Constitution, because that's the system we're playing.
I don't
Nope.
know. Seems like tonight's a fortnight.
Ah, get out. Gideon.
All right.
There's 2 zombies left by my count. Right in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay, he goes down on the first shot.
The other 2 at the other guy. Or, you know.
He
I
also
love
goes
sharpshooter.
down.
Sorry. Because I can shoot right through my allies without hitting them.
All right, so that one should be the one that went down was 18 points of damage, and the one that put him down was 16 points of damage. That would have been 18 because both of them will need the 1 shot.
I'm just gonna keep firing into him until he doesn't get up anymore.
Yep. Okay, so that's your turn. We'll deal with their possibly being alive. Right now, it seems like all the zombies are down. August.
I will start with that one and then move up to that one.
All right, they are currently down. Additional damage won't do anything until they pop up or don't.
Oh, there's no X on my screen. I'm sorry.
No, sorry.
So they're all dead, theoretically?
In quotes.
So nothing
The most
living.
Barovian of air
So then
quotes.
It's that moment where we're all holding our breath, waiting to see if any of them stand
Yep.
up.
I hold action, and the first one to stand up, I'll pop in the face with Eldritch Blast.
Okay, this one has a DC 23 to make. Can you do it?
Technically possible.
Technically possible. In practice, no. Does not stand up. Skirp, you're surrounded by zombie bodies.
I am going to add an additional stab onto this guy.
Just for good measure.
Yeah,
And stay down.
let's make it 2.
Okay.
Snick snack.
Nick, Nick.
All right, I'll save you guys the misery here. Combat is officially over. Did not
We
make
did.
a save. You guys stand around, just kind of like breathing. Maybe breathing hard. I don't know. It wasn't that hard of a combat. Looking around, waiting for a zombie to pop back up again, and they don't.
Okay.
You wait for the attack that never comes.
Enough of these
What-
twice dead. Let's
What happened there, Tally? Usually when they all come rushing at us, you're just like, hey, I got this, and then they all explode into fire.
Yeah. Hey, look up at the sky and see if the moon's out.
Um,
Can I see the moon from here?
yeah, the moon is, an ever-present thing. It isn't.
Sorry, what?
Sorry.
It's out.
Like, is it a full moon, side moon? Doesn't matter.
It's not full,
Hmm.
which I think is what you care about.
Yeah, I'm sort of like, I don't know. Maybe Salune's not with me, or maybe, passing of Zalika. I don't know. Sorry.
Well, it all worked out. We got through it with just minor scrapes. At least I did. Skirp, you all right over there?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of what you'd expect out of shambling corpses. Pretty tough for them to get into this. Get through all this metal.
Yes. Corpses are pretty ineffective at things.
Aren't they just?
Well, look. I think we spent enough time, killing these things again when there are werewolves that haven't even been killed once yet.
I'm going to refuse to take that as a threat.
So you guys are just kind of standing around.
Getting
I'm
ready
sorry.
to move on, yeah.
Yeah, get ready to move on.
I'll rephrase. When there are child murderers who haven't even been killed once yet. I'm gonna hoist my bag and I continue on the road.
Are you though?
What?
Yeah. What?
About that. There's suddenly best way to describe this honestly is a golf clap.
Okay.
Coming from behind you mostly, kind of behind and to the south slightly. And you hear this this very smooth, even voice. Such a lovely division. Tell me, does it trouble you to murder the denizens of my realm?
I think somebody got to these ones before we did.
They are still citizens nonetheless.
No, I don't think it does.
He just sighs. He says, "As you say." Zeb, I don't know if you want to scroll the combat map down for the stream. It doesn't look like it's quite showing.
Oh, I didn't even see it on my screen.
What's further south?
Found it. My bad.
Who is actually saying these things is sitting atop a tree, cross-legged. Actually has a goblet in hand, which makes you wonder how he managed to golf clap. Is your friend and biggest fan, Strahd von Zarovich. And he puts up a hand. He says, "I'm not here, not here to engage in such futile pursuits with you, and he kind of motions to the zombies on the ground. He says, "Actually, these are times of joy, and I feel as if a great burden has been lifted, and I have you all to thank for this. And as such, I want to be not only do this in person, but make sure that you heard it from me first. I wanted to invite you all very cordially to my wedding."
Gideon
Oh, well,
stiffens a little at that.
who's the bride to be?
Oh, Tatiana, of course. Whatever she calls herself these days. Arena, I believe it is.
Gideon starts to slowly load the silver bolts into his crossbow. Takes out the other one.
Tali's gonna step forward again and ask, "What have you done?"
Nothing that was not already going to happen. It's just a matter of time. I knew you were preparing her for the ceremony, and I just wish to thank you. It seems you've kept her very, very safe.
What do you mean preparing?
Oh, just, keeping her. I assume potentially acting as her handmaiden. If you wanted to, I could take you to the castle right now. You could, I'm sure she will certainly need help with her dress. Surely these gentlemen and that beast over there uh, would be of no help in such a thing. You're not sure to who exactly he's referring to about that beast over there. You just kind
I
of
know.
generally pointed kind of towards Gideon and Skirp.
Is it the Birdman, the Goblin, Revenant, or the Werewolf?
Or the giant golem.
Yeah.
Oh,
Me, you,
shoot, I
you, me,
forgot him
him,
too.
me, him.
Hmm. Where is she?
She is resting comfortably at the castle, of course.
I'm gonna lean, sort of scooch her.
And I take it that you are the.
Rickens Tower.
What was that?
Didn't we leave her in Rickens Tower?
Yes. So what? You stole her away to keep her in your own castle?
Well, she was just wandering outside of that ruin that old man calls a tower, and it seemed a shame to have such poor accommodations before such a glorious ceremony. I perhaps presumptuous of me, but thought she would be more comfortable in the castle.
Oh, um,
This has clearly worked.
You say you'll give invitations to all of us.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, and he basically flicks his wrist, and there's just letters fly out and land at each of your feet like he was, throwing cards or something. A very, very pale envelope sealed with a red bit of wax, stamped with the likeness of Strahd.
you think you can threaten us?
Oh no, I mean no threat. These are genuine invitations to the wedding. Occasion. I thought you merely should have them directly from me, is all. He and with that he grins very, very toothily. showing the fangs out. Completely missing the implied threat by offering something with writing on it to the goblin that so hates such things, or ignoring it. It's Strahd. He's beyond arrogant.
I'm going to draw the sun sword and sweep it through the invitation.
As you do so,
Stab or slice.
it basically, perfectly in twain, it turns into bats, and they flutter about for a moment and then fly away. Strahd just like a well, I have provided it in verbally, if not only in writing, so consider yourselves invited to the grand wedding of Strahd von Zarovich and Tatiana Liana. I expect to see you all there.
When?
He looks up at the moon and he says, some 3 days hence.
It's always 3 days with these things.
Do I recognize that as corresponding with the moon cycle at all?
Have me. Yeah, let's have a nature check actually.
I can do that.
The last
And then-
full moon was like
And then make an int check also after you're done with that.
5
Sure.
days ago in game.
'Twas.
4 days ago? I don't remember.
It wasn't that long ago.
It was right before we set the meeting with the werewolves that we just
Yeah,
had.
it was real close.
16.
I mean, yes, but also no. You're probably should have made that wisdom for you, honestly. But in fact, roll that as wisdom. That's a better. The nature part of it, you're like, moon cycles. Your wisdom check though, which is kind of how I expect it. A little more common sense. Strahd has, I guess we'll go with, disobeyed the moon cycles before. There was a bridge as you guys were heading up to the Amber Temple, and he basically made it a full moon like instantly, just by snapping his fingers. So there's probably not anything specific to the moon cycles, at least in this case. And he says, well, the message has been delivered, and I see that you are all, shocked with delight, if I were to read your faces. And he says, I will hope to see you all very, very soon.
Wait.
Yes. I am a busy man. I do have a wedding to plan, after all.
Why did you kill Zulika?
Zulika. Ah, the werewolf bitch. No, I didn't kill her. I left that for Kirill. I would not. You have this group. Surely you know that morale goes a long way. Yes. It was a morale boost to let Kirill have the honors himself. I'm told that she died with her mate's name on her lips, though. And he kind of gives you like a side grin where you could just barely make out one of his fangs with his lips parting. A pity she won't know that he yet lives. Which reminds me, I do look forward to telling that to him in person. Another reason I should be off, if you'll excuse me. And at that point, does the most Bram Stoker's Dracula like cape bow possible, and as he pulls the cape around him, transforms into a bat and just flutters off into the night.
A
Sort of
bat? Like a singular bat?
No, it's a swarm of bats.
Okay.
sort of as he turns into a swarm, sort of like just at the perfectly wrong moment, like just too late. Like Tally shoots a ball of sacred flame towards him, and the bat's just sort of just a minute too late.
You just hear them following it, as he's obviously aware of your missed effort.
I'm gonna kill that son of a bitch.
If I may,
You talking about
Need
Ben
to
Rick
get in line.
too?
if I may, last session we're outside of the tower. The party was split of sorts. Skirp was having his cats in the cradle moment with Kilt skipping rocks, as you may recall.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody pointed out another person in brightly colored clothing, kind of skulking in the bushes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, just pointing that out.
Yeah. Okay. Where do we go from here? Do we continue on? I don't think this changes anything.
Sounds like there's
Werewolves,
morale problem.
werewolves tonight, and then Strahd in 2 nights.
Yes, there's a morale problem I'd like to see too.
Morale.
I have to admit, I am in the mood to shoot things, but I feel like we may want to check on our friend in the tower.
Hmm.
I think if he's dead, then we won't do him any good by checking on him. And if he's still alive, say he's probably in less danger than whatever children might still be alive in the cave.
I appreciate your optimism. I just don't feel like these are the kinds of people to leave loose ends like that around. I don't oppose checking. Just we're now in a very limited amount of time.
Hmm.
I don't want to be, I don't want to be such a stereotype of a goblin, but if we think about it, I've seen the amount of meat you can get off, similar size, and I doubt that many werewolves would go through 10 children, 9 children in a night.
This is really dark.
Okay.
Just saying.
Here's my deal then. If we don't find any evidence that the children are still there, we wipe out everyone that's left.
Yeah,
Full Anakin Tusken Raider scenario.
twist my arm, why don't you?
Tusken Raider simulator.
We know where their secret back end exit is. We could I don't know, start a big fire in the front entrance, smoke them out through the back.
Because he hasn't thought about this at all.
He's probably been plotting this for real life weeks.
Okay. Let's see, so do we have a way of getting the smoke into the cave? Question.
I mean, it depends on the shape of the cave, probably.
Let's call up Barovia's best geologist.
Yes.
Geologist?
I mean, anybody can claim that, right? Because nobody's an expert.
It's probably
I've
some
located
mole,
a rock.
that lives underground. You should call them up and ask them.
I mean,
Okay.
I can ask the animals.
Yeah.
Do you suppose this is the type of cave that suck smoke into it?
Their back entrance is up on the top of a cliff. It reasons that it's like uphill the entire way inside, right? I don't know.
Okay. Let's. We want to start with the back entrance. That's the idea, right?
We should check, yeah.
Okay.
Let's venture there.
See if
We'll
we
have
can.
time to we'll have time to discuss tactics on the way.
Yeah.
Let's see what we
It's
see.
possible they've already mobilized and left.
Indeed.
It is possible.
Did wipe out
Alright.
a large amount of them.
Let's go.
We're on the move.
On the road again.
Okay.
Doom, 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 doom.
So that fight didn't take 10
Rocket?
minutes. Did I still get my rest or no?
Nice, don't say I
Assuming-
never give you any.
Assuming that's how it works, because that was Kilda told me. I didn't look up that rule.
Are we also going to be taking us at least an hour to get to the next place? It's 2
Yeah.
miles from.
Yeah.
So you could just start resting again.
To see what this roll is. Well, I know what the roll is. I just need to see what it is. All right, let's get us, shall we?
What?
Shall.
Sorry.
You keep
You're
cutting out
cutting in
random
and out
words.
again.
That's weird. I'm gonna blame Discord for that because everything else seems like it's fine. Anyway, yeah, moving along, and give me. I'm gonna make these active. Give me perception checks.
Okay.
That makes sense. Very good. As you're moving along, Tally in particular, I'm going to say is the first one to call this out with the highest roll. Long ago, both in game and out of game, feels like, the Wizard of Wines was attacked.
Mhm.
You guys, as usual, being the heroes that you are, came to its aid, as it were, and it seemed that a number of like druids were behind this, which would eventually lead you guys to the fight with the giant tree, and the rest from there is history. You see a similar figure skulking through the woods. In tow are two of your favorite things, twig blights.
Mm.
I'm sorry. When you say similar figure, you mean similar to the druids? Is the-
Yes. Let's find out how many twig blights, shall we? Oh, that was rolled off much higher. There are 9 twig blights to be specific. Kind of formed up around it as some sort of, almost like honor guard.
And they're just like, we're just like running in the path, like they're just coming the opposite way.
You guys are kind of converging on the same path, like they're coming. Like if you guys are heading north, they're coming from the east.
Okay.
Doesn't appear they've noticed you yet, but at this point, you've definitely seen them.
I point them out to the group and hushedly say, "Oh, it's more of those wood chippers." It looks like there's somebody with them. The Twigman.
The Twigman.
Did it look like a captive or a commander or a?
It looks like
The way he's holding his staff feels like it's probably more of like a commander situation.
yeah, commander, not a captive. They seem to be moving on their own. Whoever they are.
We could let them pass, but they might spell trouble for other people or even us down the way. We could ambush them.
I wonder what sort of power this person has over them.
We could see if we could get a hold of that staff.
Or at least get them to stop
Wait,
using it.
no, the last time one of us touched the staff, it didn't go well.
Hopefully it burns just as easily as its minions. Well, what say you guys? I'm not afraid of any Twigmen. And I think, like you said, if anything, they should know to be scared of me.
They might just run at the sight of you.
Let's do that.
Let's
Does
just
anybody
walk
have
on
a
in.
wheelbarrow and a fireproof robe?
Oh.
What?
We can.
Count that amongst our assets.
I just got a wheelbarrow right here.
How weird. That's on my sheet. How'd that get there? I've had this since day one.
I'm riding in it. I don't know.
Somehow it comes with the acolyte background. You get a wheelbarrow.
Yeah, makes sense.
on my inventory list, I do have a crowbar for crowing things.
Mm,
Oddly, you have a raven for crowing things now too.
yeah, I was gonna say.
For barring things.
Apologies, you might be redundant now.
Yeah,
I say we
let's do that.
just meet them.
Yeah. Flag them
Are
down.
we talking to them or are we going to ambush them?
Wait. Okay, hang on.
I'm-
So
Mm,
where is the blood spear? What's going on with that?
It's
Wait,
not a blood spear, right?
What are we talking about?
I have the blood spear right here.
Yeah.
Is that one of the people who reverent of the blood spear?
No, it is not.
Oh, okay.
Is this more like the druids that attacked the Wizards
The
of
what?
Wine?
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah. Okay.
Well, maybe they can be reasoned with to stop attacking people.
Maybe they just don't like alcohol.
Either way, we could ask them to stop, and if they don't, burn them down just like the rest of them.
We have so much optimism today.
Oh, forgive me. It's been a rough couple of hours here.
Okay. I'm putting you in charge of negotiations. I'm just gonna shoot things when they go wrong.
Going to shoot
That's why.
things when they go wrong.
That's what I appreciate about you. All right. So I think I'm just assuming like our crew is also like meeting like Sharks and Jets, Battle of the Bands,
Yeah.
lining up.
If possible, I'd like to hang back and like stay behind a tree. I'll even roll a stealth check if you'd like. Uh, I'll keep Moose with them, but I want to be able to have some distance on them if it comes to it.
Yeah. Okay. That's not a problem. You guys they don't appear to have noticed you, and Tally definitely got the drop. And I mean, and if we count the fact that Gideon, you also rolled like a nat 20, like it's definitely
Yeah.
you guys are you've got the drop to do what you need to do.
Well, they want to talk. I'm just hiding.
All right. So Tally, you're approaching.
With on the drop, I guess. Well, who's in charge of this little merry band?
He like stops dead in his tracks, turns and looks at you. All of the twig bites, kind of like almost like a swarm of fishes, fisheye, fishes. Turn as well. Just fish, I know. And they all kind of like bristle up a little bit. You see like spines, needles, bits of thorny things kind of stand up off them as they take a defensive posture. And the druid looks at you, just these mad eyes. You lost again. And just kind of narrows its eyes. What are you doing here?
Funny, if I feel like we could ask you the same. Have we met you before?
I think not, but we know of you. We
Hmm.
all.
You're part of the that group of yours that controls gesturing to the twig lights.
We are but humble servants to the land.
Hmm.
And he kind of half bows, half like gestures to, kind of everything around him.
Hmm. And by the land, do you mean Strahd?
Strahd is the land.
Hmm. That's a shame.
Oh,
Uh, don't suppose you would forsake the land?
the very land itself. You must be mad. Of
Hmm.
course not. You walk upon it. What would you walk upon if not the land? Where would you harvest crops? Sit in it under a tree from the shade of the mid-noon sun, but on the land. No, the land is ever present, and so we will ever be its servants.
Hmm. I look back to the group and say to them and sort of also to the druid. It sounds like this guy's pretty devoted to Strahd.
That's enough for me.
Yeah.
Just waiting for the nuclear blast to go off.
At this point, so this, just everybody do an attack action of your choosing. We don't necessarily need to go to a battle map.
Oh, that's not what I meant to click. That was what I meant to click. Should an action or like a turn?
Like whatever your attack turn would be.
Okay.
So if you're gonna full attack,
3
whatnot.
attacks, 17 the lowest, for a
Okay.
total of uh,
Let's Sacred Flame. I assume you guys are just kind of
55.
going, hitting
Yeah,
different
just
targets.
Mm-hmm. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 roughly attacks that go out, I guess.
Yeah,
Right there.
against 10 targets effectively. So we're just gonna, depending on how these turn out, probably call it there. All right, Tally, your Sacred Flame does hit. That's what that save is for 13 radiant damage, which is 2 more hit points. Okay, actually, the Druid has more than that, but
I would be
with all the,
prioritizing the twig lights probably.
okay, yeah, with all the damage on the board, you guys just basically like, okay, boom, unleash on these, and within, it would be not even a full 2 turns. This entire, like force of twig blights is just utterly just, it's destroyed. There's no need for initiative. There's no need for a battle map. This is a silly druid that believes very much in his,
Is his
that
staff
Strahd is a god and will
evil
save him. Is his
And
staff evil?
or
Is
magical?
that what you
Yeah.
said?
Yeah.
How would you determine such things?
Magical I could see with detect magic.
Please do so.
It's innate. Eyes on. Detect magic.
It is, yeah, it's magic.
stupid
It's,
warlock always detect magic ability.
it's real magic,
It's real.
as opposed to that fake magic.
Definitely worth keeping to identify when we have time. Yeah, no, maybe.
What is it made of?
It is made of wood. It looks like it's almost like several long, like blackened branches, like bound together, with various other bits of like twig and twine and vine, very natural materials. But yeah, the whole thing has this kind of like sooty appearance to it. Like
Were
it
the
looks like your hands would be black if you tried to touch it.
were the other druids that we fought before carrying something like this?
Not quite as ornate, perhaps. But you guys have seen a staff that was ornate-ish, but not exactly the same as this. No.
stow it in like linen without actually physically touching it and deal with it later since we're on our way to kill werewolves?
Yeah, sounds good.
That's
Okay.
tis the plan.
You stow the stave, and thus the stave is stowed. Moving on with our lives. We bring you. Where do we bring you?
Assume the druid had no other magic items on him, gear wise.
No.
Okay.
Have you ever looked into a druid's knapsack? It's poop and berries, man.
Right.
Mm.
I mean, just gotta check.
The berries are incidental and just came along with the poop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You know well how this game works. Okay. You guys, so you're going to the smoke out method and try to go to the back. Are you going? What's your game plan here?
As
What's
we
the
get
actual decided?
as we get closer, I guess I have a question. Would the spell locate creature? It doesn't say anything about the creature having to be alive.
Wouldn't that be
Would it
living
work?
object?
Is creature a term?
I think once it dies, it becomes object.
I
But I'm
believe
not
that is the
100%
case.
Really?
Yeah,
By what definition?
I don't know.
Game design?
That seems ill-sorted. Can I revive an object?
If it's a body.
That's actually a good point. Does Revivify say you touch a creature, or does it say you touch?
Here, top.
What I'm trying to do is I'd like to see if I could locate Zulika's
Um,
body.
Word of God is that a non-undead corpse isn't considered a creature. It's effectively an object.
Well, you know how I feel about gods in these lands, so
Indeed. Who are you trying to locate it on?
Zulika. I'm trying to see if her corpse is in there.
All right, locate creature.
Yeah.
N-
Or I guess it's 1,000 feet.
um,
1,000 foots.
you get no ping.
Well. Rats. Okay.
No ping.
Oh, no ping.
No ping. You get nothing good day.
No ping for you. Next!
Yes, next please. Moving on with our lives. So yes, are you guys going to do your rear cave entrance shenanigans? Are you going to go through the front door? Are you going to
I
do
think
something
we're gonna-
else entirely?
I'm
I think we're
honestly
gonna go
not
slow
feeling
pizza.
all that subtle right now.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm into that.
Yeah, we know.
If you guys want to go kick down the door screaming, come here, Dracula, you fucking nerd, then I'm down.
Jeez.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, does the like somebody cast what's it called? Thaumaturgy?
Sure. Yeah, I can do that. Are you
Oh.
gonna be? Can we? I know it's my voice. Can I use it to like for flavor to boost
Absolutely, I will let that fly.
the goblin's
Okay.
voice?
We have alright. We need smoke and lights
Okay.
and
I can at
It's a
least do
rock concert.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, we can have
Oh.
music.
It's like the Powerline concert starring a goblin.
Yes.
I'm bringing new meaning to the phrase death metal.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Go.
boo.
Yeah, so yeah, we just
Yeah.
we storm in the front.
Is there a way to like block up the back first so they can't get away from us?
Bran.
Hmm.
If that's what you want to do, you can. Yeah, I mean, you guys. I'm not going to tell you guys no to.
It's fine. It's fine. They're cocky werewolves. They're probably not going to
Yeah.
run if someone comes knocking on the front door.
Hold on, I have something for this. In my head, I'm gonna Zeb, if you want to pass us the chat, you absolutely can. But it's exactly this at that timestamp. The whole thaumaturgy thing that's going to happen. I've already decided. Anyway,
All right, I got one first level spell slot left. Just checking the duration.
In case I need both my spell slots, did I get the hour or no?
yeah.
Said, yeah.
'Kay.
I said yes.
Okay.
I said don't say I'd never give you anything.
Well, then we had to fight Twigblight, so I wasn't sure.
It wasn't. I wouldn't even call that strenuous.
So, we continue on and make it to the cave entrance. Yeah,
Absolutely.
sweet.
There
All
are
right.
easily visible a couple of werewolves just kind of milling about the entryway.
Oh. You guys, if we go in, we hit them hard and fast, then I think we can get through pretty cleanly. But if we want to leave an impression with anyone who might escape, then maybe we do it a little louder. What do you think? If we're gonna kill them all, I don't know who's gonna be there for, to witness.
I'm with you. Whatever your plan is, let's roll.
Okay.
Is this the
Load up
thaumaturgy plan?
some
I
silver
mean,
crossbow bolts.
thaumaturgy plan I loved, but it seems like maybe aggroing every group at the same time. Well, super legendary, and
How many of them could there possibly be?
If you
let's
aggro
find
all,
out. You know what? Let's find out.
if you aggro all of them, I
Or
can hit them all with a fireball.
Yeah.
Kilt,
No, no.
you'd be watching this, Kilt.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
I was like,
Phew.
why?
Oh
Why
God,
did you open with that?
this is the time to put him into combat. No.
All right.
Witness
ready?
me.
Ready?
Ready?
Okay. I will stalk straight up
Oh.
to the front entrance.
Okay, I'm moving you guys to the map then.
I'll walk purposefully.
Remember, this map is huge.
Oh fuck.
I pinged you down, so there you go.
Carrying my shield with a sword, sheathed to begin with,
Okay.
and I will. Can I give him like a little hand signal for the thaumaturgy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just give him
okay.
like the
The-
kind of like the two fingers like now.
Yeah.
got-
Yeah. I'll give
Like I'm working the sound mixer and turning up your mic.
exactly.
Your voice can boom. You can make things flicker. You can cause tremors that are harmless.
There are torches at the just past the
Oh,
cave entrance.
you can make them change color.
Okay.
You can make the windows open and close.
So I'm just gonna walk right up. I'm gonna plant my feet right about where Skirp's chilling here outside
Okay.
the cave, and I'm just gonna like deep Skirp breath and sort of bellow into the cave. Cowards! Murderers! Mangy dogs! Witness me! Stand and approach and answer for your crimes. Your leader is dead by our hands. You soon will follow. if we find any harm has come to the children in your care, no mercy will be shown. I give him the little hand wave.
The signal.
Yeah.
I make the flames go even bigger and then burst into like green, of course, green flame.
Green
Kind of
flame.
as
Green
this is
flame.
happening, I'll shake out the sword and light it.
I'll make the sword also glow green a little bit, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's thaumaturgy. You can do what you want.
Either
really do.
way, your fate tonight is death. You'll soon join the rest of your pack. And no more will you torment this land and steal the lives of innocent people. Today, Strahd loses another arm.
Ground rumbles.
Yeah, and then just like
Yeah, ground rumble, reverberation off the cave wall. Pretty sure everybody heard that.
give it a beat. Is anything happening? Anybody?
You hear howling. Lots and lots of howling. And the three werewolves nearest the front of the cave kind of, group in such a way that you can kind of see that they're together. And they yell back, "Come them fools and meet your death." And they all three let back with this massive howl.
Are we waiting more? Like, do you want more than that for the fireball?
3's a little small, but
Okay.
you know.
Yeah. Hide in your caves. Hide in your caves like the small, weak, elderly dogs that you are.
Elderly.
Only fit to fight children. Kill.
I turn.
I see where this is going.
I don't actually want him to like.
I know,
Moose
but you're
strides forward, holding Kilt out like.
whimper and cower from your. Oh, hello.
Huh?
Oh, that's an exciting. I really love dynamic lighting. Okay. Oh my. I'm gonna pause a second in the mid.
Alrighty.
We should have done this earlier.
Done what earlier?
This.
What's this?
Attacking them head on and screaming for a challenge and.
Is this to scale?
Yes, it is 10-foot squares.
It's. I'm gonna keep talking. It's. You're the go. Like the fireball's the go. So.
I mean, I'm gonna watch these. Are they gathering? Are they like waiting?
So more are gathering. However, given the scale
Bring your
of
pack. Your pups.
Hey, that's a little weird.
Given the scale of this combat, we're gonna call it here tonight because this is
an entire session. So when do we want to schedule a combat session?
Real slabber knocker.
Just seems to me that we are all stuck in our houses. I don't know how you guys are. I don't know how it is outside of Seattle.
Yeah.
But everything's canceled. So I could do it more presently.
Yeah, I see for that being an option, quite honestly. I need to pick a day when that can actually happen.
All right, stream. As you see, we're calling it here, so we're going to discuss when the next one is. I'll keep you guys updated.
Hey, can I get the other half of my my inspiring speech points?
Oh, are we getting?
All right, so we're gonna send you guys off. Host, thanks for watching. I appreciate it, everybody. This will be on YouTube in a few days, as are all of the other things. If you'd like to catch up, we're gonna try to get extras due to the fact that everyone's locked home. So more D&D would be great. We're gonna send you guys off to our beloved Trozajet. You guys are awesome. Stay awesome, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.